Hey, this is the mini den that I'm going to hook up to the Prosharp Home, but this is from a clone unit that's got the wrong pin out, so it's off a TV. So I finally got the connector apart here, and this is in the clone unit. I undid, cut all the plastic off right here, and then I've pried back these three little ears that are on here with the jackknife. Now I can separate the connector, and there's my adversary right there, and you can see that you've got two soldered together and they're in the wrong config for the Prosharp Home. So I'm going to unsolder this and then connect back to put it in the proper way for the Prosharp Home, which looks like this for the Prosharp Home, and this is the one off the TV supply that's here. And I've got some other stuff that follows. It basically is showing more of this. Here, I got a little bit better view. So this is a clone 24 volt one that had the wrong pinout location. This will plug in, but it's got the wrong deal. And you can see there's unused. They've got just the black and the red hooked up, but they're the wrong pins. So I can probably go in there and fix that, resolder that if I'm careful. At least if I can get some better light. It's hard to tell. So the key is right there. Let's just see. I'll zoom in and see if those are not connected or not. So I'm just going to rewire this one and then go through and put all this back together with a big glob of epoxy. Probably use double bubble engineering epoxy. Prosharp Home Adventure with the 24 volt mini den. This is a clone adapter, which has got the wrong printout I bought. I found some old notes here back from 2019. Anyways, that'll follow later in this video, but I was able to rip this connector open. This is not on the Prosharp. This is just on a clone unit that's got the wrong pin out. And I went through here and split the side because I'm not a mini den guru yet. And it had a spring mounted gizmo, and I went over here and cut that. And then lo and behold, down in there, let's see if we can get some light in here. You can see the just two wires are connected up. This is a follow-up video on the Prosharp Home connector. This is the end view of the input to the unit. It's got these two as positive, these two as negative. There's the key. That is the plug. The jack on the unit has got near the key that's positive, negative, no connection, and no connection. It's what these old notes show. And this LCD TV power supply I have here has got a positive, negative, negative. So it's got the right voltage, but it doesn't match up with the unit's input. So here again is another set of notes. Mini den, 10mm shell. And here's the pinout. And this other one I've got is a replacement for a Magnavox HD LCD TV. And it has a different pinout. So that looks like this. This is probably an Amazon clone or something. And the connector on here, I just found this in my junk. Oops. And the output of the unit's only 2 wires, of course. But the reason for this video is on this connector here. I'd cut this out off and kind of misplaced this whole thing, but there's just 2 wires right there. So there's not 4 wires in some of these aftermarket supplies. You can't just, like I kind of mentioned in the other video, you just can't cut this off and swap 2 of the 4 wires. So they've got this have this actually at the connector here, wired up to where you'd have to take this entire shell apart, which I've attempted to do, and with not the greatest luck. So I'm probably going to have to buy a mini DIN and just wire that up to one of these supplies. I'm going to just make a DC supply instead of sticking wires into the end of the unit. So the purpose of this video, if anybody else on the planet's got a Prosharp Home, the supply is a little bit elusive. I do have another cable on order, mystery cable. It's supposedly 4 wire, and maybe that'll work. These are used a lot in auto video. You can buy another supply for about 80 bucks off Mauser. And there you just got 2 of the 4 wires. So there must use these things for a whole bunch of different applications. And this supply here, if you Google that, you're going to find some supplies out there are 12 volts, some are 24. So I don't know if that's just the housing on the unit. And that's about it. This is a mini DIN that will physically plug into a Prosharp Home, but it came from a TV supply and it's got the wrong pinout. So instead of buying a new connector here, I just said, well, let me just rip it apart. I've taken the plastic off. I got down as far as here. I had to pull the shell apart. I took a jackknife and pried these little metal pieces back so I can pull the shell out like this. And there's the pins. And you can clearly see that they've got 2 soldered together like this. Okay, I'll probably show this video in reverse order. I went ahead and pried these 3 little pieces off right here.